Hello, church, and welcome to the Midweek Pastor's Update for Wednesday, April 14th, 2021. Well, I got a few announcements to share today. They're really just a lot of great stuff happening. I'm excited to say that we've had 2 weeks now of live worship services. They're going great. Please, if you've been coming, keep coming and spread the word. I said at council last night that I want people to kind of know. I've talked to a number of people that are like, oh, I didn't know you were doing live worship services yet. And it's going to take some time to kind of get people back up and running and maybe trusting that we're going to continue to meet live. But yeah, we're going and we're on full momentum now. We'll continue to meet outside for the time being, but the worship time is the same as always. So just show up, and whether we're outside or whether we're inside, it's still going to be Sundays at 10 a.m. So I hope to keep seeing many of you attend those services. It's just been great to be back together. I was contacted this week by Pastor Paul Begay, friend of mine here in Auburn at Auburn Presbyterian, and he wants to partner, and I was very excited to say yes, to partner on a food drive for a distribution at Rock Creek Elementary School. So he's given me a list, and I'll provide that to Barb for the church website so that people can actually look at this list. But or maybe it'll appear right under this particular update. But it's a list to support the various families at Rock Creek. And so over the next couple weeks, we'd like to collect these items. I'm just going to read them to you as a start. So fruits, they're looking for melons, cucumbers, mangoes, kiwis, strawberries, peaches, and bananas. Vegetables would be carrots, potatoes, tomatoes, cabbage, serrano peppers, radish, cilantro, garlic, and onions. And then pantry items like rice, beans, maseca, which is corn flour mix, and tortillas. And then seasonings, Knorr caldo de pollo seasoning, oregano, cumin, Lowry's seasoned salt, and garlic salt. Again, this list will be posted somewhere on our church website. And over the next couple weeks, please, if you have them to donate, just bring them to the church office and drop them off by the office door. I come up here regularly, or Barb comes up, and we can just bring them all inside. And then the distribution will happen on May 3rd at Rock Creek Elementary. As I get a little more information, maybe by next week, I'll have a little more information about how that distribution will happen and if we need volunteer assistance. But anything we could collect would just be wonderful to support the families at Rock Creek Elementary. So thank you in advance for your generosity. At council last night, we talked about how it's the time of year to establish a nominating committee for our church. And for those of you that have been around church for a while, you might know what a nominating committee is. But if you're new, or if it's just not something that's been on your radar, a nominating committee is a group of maybe 3 or 4 members of the church. And the task is to look at all the various boards and the positions that our church has every year that are leadership positions within the church, with a variety of different responsibilities, but sometimes it's just being on a board. And their task is to fill any vacancies that may exist so that we can continue to have just a full and smooth running operation here at church. And so if being on that nominating committee is something you would be interested in, or if you have any questions, you can contact either me. Now, you know what, just contact me. I'll get you started, and then we can kind of, if you have any questions or wonderings about it. But it's the kind of job that would be best suited for someone that has enthusiasm for the church, that might be able to communicate that enthusiasm to people, and then can maybe help identify certain people or personalities that might be just really good fits for various positions within our church. Having people serve in a church, a church relies on that kind of service, on volunteers from membership. So if you have never served before, whether on a nominating committee or on a board, I'd love to have a conversation with you if you have any questions about it. Absolutely no obligation, but I will do my best to light a fire within you and maybe just see where it goes. So if you have questions about nominating committee or being on any boards, please do get in touch with me. I wanted to also offer another fun opportunity to support the arts, local arts here. As many of you know, if you've been watching these, we've been having those State Theater Acting Company live-acted radio shows, which have just been such a blast, and so many of you have been coming. Like 125 people came last weekend. The next one is not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, the 24th. But there's another opportunity coming up, and that is a play by a local acting company called the Backyard Theater Company. And why am I talking about this? Well, because several of your friends and church members, and maybe even your fellow pastor, are in a play coming up with the Backyard Theater Company. So actually I have a bit part, but Wyatt, my son, is in it, as is Maple Alexander. She's in it, and there may be one or two others that are connected to our church family. But you know, as we're emerging from the pandemic, it just feels good to get out, and this is a very, very inexpensive thing. It's like $5 for a ticket. The shows are Friday, April 23rd, Saturday, April 24th, which coincides with the radio show, but don't worry about that. And then the next weekend as well, so that's Friday, April 30th, and Saturday, May 1st. The plays are, and this is the play, the Backyard Theater plays, they all start at 7 o'clock, so just get there a little early. And it just would be great to see people come, and it's such a fun night. There's refreshments served there. It's a wonderful event. These kids have worked so hard, and it'd be wonderful to have a great number of people in the audience to support them. So again, that's April 23rd and 24th, and then April 30th and May 1st at 7 p.m. And I'll provide you an actual address. It's in Christian Valley. It's on William Court, so it's just past Gregg a little bit. But as I was looking it up, I forgot to get the actual address. I drive there every day, or not every day, but every week to take Wyatt to rehearsal. But I forgot to get the address. So we'll make sure it's posted, and I'll remind you next week, maybe during one of these. But would love to see any number of you out there. So, friends, that's just a few of the things that are going on. It's been really fun to kind of get back into a rhythm of familiarity. I wouldn't call it normalcy, but familiarity. And look, the outside services are I find them really fun. It's a lot of extra setup, let's be honest. And it takes a little getting used to for the setups and for the preparations and stuff. But I'm so thankful for all the people who are excited and willing to roll and be flexible, and then for all of you who continue to come and support our church and our worship and just the loving community that we continue to create up here together. So, friends, that's all I have for now. And on this beautiful day, I hope you are all well. And until we meet again, may each one of you be held in the peace and in the love of Christ.